So let's look at hybridization in ethene and then ethane. Is that okay? So I'm going to start with hybridization in ethene. So over here, ethene is an alkene with the formula C2H4. And this is the illustration in terms of it bonding with hydrogen. Is that okay? It has a double bond in the middle. How do we explain the hybridization that occurs in ethene? First of all, we have two carbon atoms. We need to know the hybridization state of each carbon atom. A simple trick is that whenever we have a multiple bond, we can treat it as a single bond to enable us get the state in terms of hybridization of the atom in question. So if we are to treat this double bond as a single bond, it means that once we take this carbon labeled A, it's going to have three groups, 1, 2, 3. And three groups corresponds to an sp2 hybridization. And this carbon B will have 1, 2, 3, which also corresponds to an sp2 hybridization. Is that okay? So we will then know that carbon A and carbon B are all sp2 hybridized orbitals. Is that okay? So let me rewrite the original state. Now, carbon A is sp2, so I'm just going to draw the sp2 hybrid orbital shape around carbon A. We look at the excited state electron configuration of both carbon A and then carbon B. In carbon A, it is sp2 hybridized. It means it's using the 2s orbital, 2px, and then the 2py, with the exception of the 2pz, which is not part of the hybridization. In carbon B, it is also sp2 hybridized, meaning it is equally using the 2s orbital, the 2px, and then the 2py, with the only exception being the 2pz atomic orbital. Is that okay? Now, so we are going to draw the sp2 hybrid orbitals around the carbon A. So if this is our carbon A, the sp2 comes in the form of this. Don't forget, we have electrons. Yes, we are going to indicate the electrons as well. So we have one electron here. This is for carbon A. And then when we move on to carbon B, carbon B is also sp2 hybridized. So we draw the sp2 hybridized shape for carbon B as well. Don't forget, we are using electrons. So we need to indicate the electrons being used in the formation of the hybrid orbital. So this is the first orientation of carbon A and carbon B in terms of their hybridization state. Is that okay? Now you could see that there is a linear overlap between these two sp2 hybridized orbitals. This is sp2 in carbon A, and this is sp2 in carbon B. There is a linear overlap here which forms a bond. That bond is known as a sigma bond. So there is an sp2 sigma bond formed between these two carbon atoms. And that is the first of the double bond between this and then this one here. Is that okay? Now, don't forget that we are left with the pz for each carbon atoms in the excitation. So we are going to draw the isolated pz atomic orbital for both carbon atoms. So this is the pz for carbon B, and this is the pz for carbon A. These are p orbitals, and these p orbitals can overlap laterally. So there can be a lateral overlap between these two pz orbitals. And once that overlap happens, due to the electrons they are accommodating here, there's going to be a bond formed, and that bond is known as a pi bond. And that is the double bond here. So the first one here is a sigma bond, and the one here is a pi bond. And that is the illustration I have here. What about the hydrogen which is attached to the carbon on the terminal edges? Hydrogen has a configuration of 1s1, meaning we are using the s orbital. And the s orbital is spherical. So the hydrogen comes in here with its spherical 1s orbital with 1 electron. It comes in here with its spherical orbital with 1 electron, comes in here with its spherical orbital with 1 electron, and again comes in here with its spherical orbital with 1 electron. There's going to be a sigma bond formation here, a sigma bond formation here, a sigma bond formation here, and also a sigma bond formation here. All this corresponds to the hydrogen in the structure we have here. This illustrates the hybridization that occurs in ethene. Is that okay? As is being summarized here on the board. Let's look at that of ethine.